Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you guys today about what's going on. Nobody knows what's going on. We've been in this shit, this hellhole for. I've been for 9 years, and I know some of you guys been in this experimental program that done to us without any consent for more than me. I have talked to some of you guys online, and nobody seemed to know. Experimental program, everything has a beginning, always have an end. How long this experimental program is going to go for? You know what I'm saying? How long people have to put their life on hold to please the governments? You know what I'm saying? Yes, I've been outspoken. I pissed off governments by saying shit. But hey, this is my freedom. God giving me this freedom, and it's part of the Constitution. And you're going to tell me I'm not allowed to speak? And I need to keep my mouth shut? Change the Constitution, then I'll keep my mouth shut. But do not, keep this Constitution the way it is and tell people to shut up. 9 years I've been going through this. I'm going through trial and tribulation, people following me around, people attacking me. I have received numerous verbal insults for no reason from people I don't even know who they are. People walk up to me and call me names. And I kept, I've been thinking about this for a long time. Since 2014, I've been thinking about this. What could be the possible, what they need, what would they want these people from me? I cannot think of anything but the one thing that these people keep asking me for, and I said no many times, and that's why I'm still in this program. They asked me to sell my soul initially, before my targeting have begun. They told me to sell my soul. I have no use for it when I die. And I said to myself, why they want to buy my soul? What value does my soul hold for these people to say, we can give you whatever you want for it? So you're going to give me whatever I want for it, then my soul must be valuable. Why am all these people that you going to offer him a priceless, like a blank check? And then when I did my research, because I've been researching for a long time, I found out they want my soul because I'm direct descendant to Abraham, Father Abraham. I know in Christianity they call him the father of Abrahamic religions, but to us in Islam he's a prophet. He's just a messenger of God. So I've been attacked, when I was living in Calgary, and I've been assaulted by my neighbors. So I'll be taken to the hospital so they can get my DNA. They wanted to get my DNA for the longest time. And then when they assaulted me, then they had to go and run blood tests and stuff. And they hit me on my chest, like they fractured a couple of ribs. And I did not know because the attack was unaccounted for. It just happened. And then when I looked online to see what's so common between us and the other target individuals, I found out the children of Abraham, or the seed of Abraham, the direct descendant of Abraham, they have 2 extra ribs in the chest. And these 2 extra ribs, not all human have them, only the descendants. Well, they call us the 144,000 from the Bible, which is, I don't believe that because I'm Muslim and I have no idea who the 144,000 from the Bible are. You know, you know, it's not been mentioned in the Holy Quran, but God mentioned something about in the end time, there will be children, warriors of light. They're going to come and they're going to bring justice to earth. And they're going to be fighting alongside with Mahdi, the Mahdi al-Muntazir, right? Just before Isa or Jesus comes back. And that's the only part that was mentioned in the Holy Quran. But they never said the 144,000. They just said, they described who they were. They apparently they have spiritual powers, they have spiritual gifts, and stuff like that. And okay, before my targeting, I knew I was different. I knew I was different than a lot of people. But I thought there's so many people out there that are like me. I just haven't met them. It turned out that's not true. But anyhow, I've been thinking about this for a long, long time. I've been like all day. I've been attacked, spiritual attack. There have been witchcraft happening, radio wave weapon attacks on me, on my chest, on my throat, and it's an invisible weapon. It could be directed from a wall, it could be from somewhere, and it would go through walls and make you sick. And I've been coughing, and I don't know what's going on. And I just feel like I'm emotionally drained. I've been at this for 9 years, and yes, they wanted to buy my soul, and I said no. But then to put me in this program for 9 years, to prove what point you're trying to prove? To make me like so exhausted and willing to just give it up, like to just sell it. It hasn't happened for 9 years. It's not going to happen. Not now, not forever. And the way my mom was killed was wrong. They killed my mother. They told me they're going to kill my mother if I don't keep my mouth shut. I did not think for a second they're going to kill my mother. I thought they're bluffing, you know, especially when I pissed off Taylor, that rich, wealthy guy in Calgary. I did not think he's has the power to do anything. I thought it was all like, you know, just threats. I did not think they are capable of inflicting such a pain on my mother. My mother wouldn't hurt a fly. She would not hurt anybody. She has the biggest heart. And what happened to her is wrong. You have a problem with me, you should not have touched my mother, man. You know, inflict this pain on me, not on my mother. You know what I mean? She had no part of this. This is nothing to do with her. I don't want to sell my soul. You're gonna force me to it? Like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? You've done it to celebrities for fame and fortune because they're stupid enough to sell something so valuable. You know what I'm saying? It's priceless. And I'm not willing. I'm not willing, not now, not forever, to sell my soul. Okay? Killing my mother to trying to get me to reform is wrong. I've never really thought Canada could be capable of such a hateful attack on an innocent people. If I tell people this today, they think, you know, when I was in Europe, everybody think highly of Canada. They think Canada has no problem, which is, I find that really ironic. You know, they have over 13 or 14,000 homeless people, you know, in all over Toronto, Vancouver. They're spread out and stuff like that. While Justin Trudeau giving our money to Ukraine. Ukraine. Why would he give over $100 million to that country where it could be he could have helped or built shelters, built a homeless, geared nonprofit organization to help the homeless on the street. You know what I'm saying? Increase the funding to help them to get off the street. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping in tents and stuff like that. But anyhow, that's another subject. See, topic like that, I'll talk about something like this, I get attacked. You know what I'm saying? Justin Trudeau should help Canadian first. Help your own people before you go spend the taxpayer money on Ukraine. Okay? And I don't agree. I don't agree having done that. You know what I'm saying? I go to downtown Toronto, parks are full of homeless people. You know what I'm saying? You are the problem. And you have not really done anything to help these people sleeping in a... Like, you see how cold it is outside? Meanwhile, you're debating with your fancy suit or your fancy hair and acting. People got sick of you and people are over you, Justin Trudeau. Good hair, we're over it. You know what I'm saying? What else? What else could you do? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, walking around the runway acting like you are doing something. You're actually not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, I'm deviating what I'm talking about, what I need to talk about. I've been in this program for over 9 years, since 2014. I could not think of anything. I thought it over in my head, what could I have done to piss these people off. The only thing I can only speculate on is when they told me just sell your soul to us. And I just said, no, that's the only thing. I can't think of anything that I've done that would be so offensive to cause me so much pain for 9 years. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not allowed to talk to anyone about it. And every time I want to talk about it to somebody, I've been threatened. When I went to the other day to the spa, you sent people to threaten me with death. People were trying to kill me, which is, I was smart enough to send messages to friends and family, not because I was afraid, because should anything happen to me, I want my family to know what happened. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like end up dead somewhere and unaccounted for. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was doing. I wasn't afraid of these people. They were telling me, you're afraid of us and, you're afraid of what we're going to do to you. And they're very threatening. And I live in a country where we are given the right to, protest, the right to speak, our mind if we feel like it, to express our different views if we want to. But why these rights are not given to me? Then I go to every neighborhood and you go into this neighborhood and lie, make up lies about me. Tell people either I'm a terrorist, I'm mentally ill, whatever reason you give these people. And these people following you blindly. And they think, the problem is so frustrating and upsetting. These people think they are actually fighting a great cause. They're actually being manipulated to believe they're actually fighting something for highest good. Like, I'm from a terrorist. Would they keep, neighbors watching me? Would they keep neighbors? Wouldn't they put, police or RCMP or people with experience? You know what I'm saying? If I was like Bin Laden, if I was Bin Laden, you would not keep the neighbors watching me. You would not get these neighbors to harass me. You understand? You get people who are qualified to do it. So being a terrorist is out of the question. So what did you tell these people? I just can't think of anything. And then I just said to myself, what does it matter really what these people think about me? I'm here temporary. I'm here to January. I'm packing my stuff and I'm going away until, further time. You know, I'm not here to stay. You know, I used to have a great love for this country. I moved to Canada, I was like 33, 34 years ago, and I was very young, and I loved it. When people say, you're from where? I used to say from Canada. I would never really say, my mom and dad are from Sudan and Egypt. I would never really mention that ever. I always say I'm from Canada. You know what I'm saying? But now I have a sense of shame. I don't want to admit I'm from Canada. You know what I'm saying? Not because not because of anyhow, it's not what I want to talk about. I wish somebody would come up front and tell me what's going on. You can't just follow me around, harassing me, stopping me from getting jobs, from graduating from university and social work. I Every time I apply for a job, I and especially when I'm following, with managers or and stuff like that. I had people wanted to hire me in Qatar. When I went to Qatar, because I wanted to go to Qatar because things didn't work out in Australia, where I was dealing with the same BS. I went to Qatar, and these people were gonna hire me, and they went and said things. I don't know what they said, but the people said, "No, we're not gonna offer you the job." The guy from HR, he's from Sudan, told me they've received calls, instructed them not to hire me because I'm under investigation. What's going on, man? Why would Canada do that? They put you in a situation where literally begging for you, like begging for money. I'm like a homeless. I feel like I'm a homeless. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in Canada because I want to be. Honestly, I don't want to be in Canada. I came here for one reason. You know what I'm saying? I do have health problems. I'm seeking medical. And that's something that Canada have done. You know, they have caused all these illnesses. I've been hospitalized in the U.S. twice, and when I was in Australia, I went to the emergency room 11 times. Someone who's perfectly healthy, gone from, you know, one state to another. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just kind of exhausted. I'm exhausted having to explain myself, having to defend myself, you know. And I feel like I've also ashamed of things. Like, people asking me if I'm working. I'll tell them, like, yeah, I'm doing, work for social work and da da da. And I feel like not because I feel like I don't want to admit it because they're gonna think of me. I'm a bump. You know what I mean? He's a loser, not working, or whatever. How society judge you because of that. But then when you tell people like you're working, and then part of me says, why do I have to explain myself to people? If I'm working, I'm not working. These people are, feeding me. They're, putting a roof over my head. What they doing for me that I have to do that? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? But things that happen to me is very harsh and unjustified. And I wish these people will take me to court. Let's go to court and let the judge decide, because at least I'm going to have a fair trial. But they don't want to. All the targeted individuals, all these people who are illegally experimented on, they don't want to give them a platform. They don't want this to get in the news. They want it to keep everything under wrap. They don't want people to know about it. They don't want the media, and they don't want to get to be exposed. What they've done is wrong. Experimenting on people without their consent, and when people want to speak against it, you tell people that person is mentally ill. How could a person gone from making 130,000, living in a nice house in Calgary, drive a nice car? You know what I mean? My suits were, Versace, Dolce & Gabbana and stuff. I've gone from this lifestyle to mentally ill. Just mentally ill. All of a sudden, it just hit me like it's like a cold. You know what I mean? It just happened. You know what I'm saying? And as Dr. John Hall says, schizo or paranoid tendency it happens to people when they're young. Not when people of my age, we'll subtract 9 years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm 47 now. Okay, so 47, 38 years old, right? 37, 36 years old. When this happened to me, is past the age that Dr. John Hall said. These people don't just get paranoid or schizo, or just things like that appear in their life at that age. I have no idea. You're crafty, you fabricate things, you spin things out of thin air, and I have no idea what you tell these people. Do I care? No, I don't really care. But I want people to know the truth. What you're doing to target individuals and to us is inhumane and is unjust. You know what I'm saying? And it's like everything is happened to me is an attack on my psyche, it's an attack on my being. I've gone from leading a stable life to self-harm. I self-harm all the time. I use substances and stuff like that because I want to forget that, I've lost something of great value. My mother, you killed my mother. I cannot, every moment I close my eyes, I think about her. I always thought if I kept my mouth shut, she'd be still alive. I should have, but I didn't know. I didn't know these people are capable of killing my mother. You know what I mean? I just thought it was bluff. I regret. So this is the regret I'm believing. I regret retaliating and or defending myself. Thinking the Constitution is fair and just, and the Constitution is not could be voided or deactivated for a person or another. I just felt like something is wrong. But hey, the system is broken. I didn't break it. It wasn't me. It wasn't Buddha who broke the system. The system is broken to begin with. This experimentation program is in the works for a lot of years before I even moved to Canada. From the 60s and stuff like that. It started in Montreal and stuff was experimenting on people, and they've done it, for the most part, they've done it to native people. and especially to people who are not accounted for, people who have a dysfunctional kind of family background or whatnot, and stuff like that. They've done it to people like nobody's gonna come and ask for them. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And they do it to people who are the independent, people who are not 24/7 hovering around their family, or have close network of family members, or things that people who are more of a loner. I always been a loner, but because I enjoy my own company. I do enjoy my own company, and but anyhow, I just want to know when is this shit is gonna end. Nobody knows. Telling me to shut up. I'm not really sure what's going on. Selling my soul is out of the question. You know what I'm saying? And this is not about reforming or keeping my mouth shut, because I have kept my mouth shut numerous times. The attacks did not stop. The lies of fabrication and twisted lies on and stories that have been spun around about me or other target individuals. It couldn't stop. You know what? Every time I think they're gonna let me go and move on with their life, they come back and they say, "Oh, there's a new test. We want to test it on you." And I'm like, I said, "No, I don't want to be tested. I just want to be leave me. No, like I don't want to be in this program anymore." No, you have no choice in the matter. You have no choice in the matter. And one time I threatened to come to Canada, because at that time I was in Europe. I said I was going to go, I was going to put a sign, and I was going to go to downtown. I will hold the sign and to shed lights on this program. And I was threatened, should I do that, they will send people to hurt me. And and um, and so a lot of things happen. I feel like I'm dealing with a mafia, Canadian government mafia. That's what I'm dealing with. All of that because I dared to question the government. That's it. I question the government all the time. They question their system. I question the corruption and stuff. And that's I've done that in a university. When my Royal University, I've done that. And I guess it didn't sit well with them, but a lot of people discuss things, in classrooms and and stuff. And why would the focus was on me? The focus was on me because one professor knew what my descendants were, and stuff like that. And I have no idea how he knew. I have no idea. Like it puzzled me, from taking somebody's DNA and telling them like you're related to Abraham. It's not something I intentionally go. I want to find out if I'm related to somebody important. I had no idea I had any relationship. You know, well, they call them in Islam, we call him the prophet, but then in some religion they call them the father of the gods. They call him the father of the gods, and Islam he's a prophet. In other religion they call him he's a father of Abrahamic religions, which is not. He's a prophet. But anyhow, As soon they found out that about me, they refused to let me go. It seemed like constantly want to test something on me to see how far they can push me before I die. You know, they push me like to the point, like they've tested, they destroyed my DNA. They have a lot of ill intention. I've been all day. I have pins and needles going through my body. Witches and wizard, having a heyday on me all day, attacking me. I'm just like sleeping, have no energy, and using energy weapons on me all day, and I'm exhausted, man. I just feel like it's taken a toll on me, and nobody seemed to care, you know. And but humanity, what they need to know that they need to know that this program is done on purpose to run this weaponry and all this, new inventions and stuff. It's about control and stuff. But we are the guinea pig. They tested this on us before it's gonna be rolled out. So all of you was gonna be targeted one day. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing you can do about it. The saddest part, there's nothing you can do about it because nobody's gonna help you. Nobody's gonna come believe you and stuff like that. Because now we've been fighting for this for a long time and nobody believed us. You know, everybody in their own, cocoon, and they don't. The problem that does not affect them is not really important to them and stuff. But I'm just, you know, I have thought before in the past of committing suicide because so many target individuals committed suicide. I don't know if you're aware or not. A lot of target individuals, yeah. I was talking to this girl from out of Latin America. She's from Cuba, and I always, talk to her online on YouTube and offering her support, telling her, stay strong. This not gonna be forever, and stuff. And she always crying, in her videos, and why me, and I told her we all feel the same way and just be strong and stuff. And then a few months later, I heard that she killed herself. She threw herself from a bridge into incoming traffic. And so a lot of target individuals, because they feel hopeless, they don't know where to go, they end up killing themselves. And then when they show it in the news, they think this something has to do with, psychological problems. Well, it is, but it's not actually psychological problem that comes from your inheritance, your bloodline or whatnot. It comes from it was done to you to push you on the edge to do that. When I was in Calgary, I drove into in incoming traffic. I've tried. I've trust me, I did try, and I didn't die. Unfortunately, I survived that, and I just thought, I thought about it because I said to my brother, I want it out, and my brother goes, I did not know that. My brother told me, you commit suicide, you go to hell because it's against God's law. And I looked it up because I didn't want to, like, every time someone told me something, even as my brother, I go look it up, and he was right. Is if you die, you kill yourself, your soul does not evolve the way God intended for it. Suffering apparently eliminates sins. sickness and stuff. So the things, to a few things have done to me. Maybe it came out in my favor. I guess I know it's not intentional. They're not really intended to do that, but it happened. They did it out of hate, out of, you know, a dark place, you know, narcissistic tendency on people with money. And that's all. That's all what's going on. You know, they feel like they can break you and they are in control. People in your life, you don't want them to be in your life. They're not, that's what narcs are. They are in your life even if you don't want them to be. You know what I'm saying? And you feel like you can't escape them. You know, at least in some situation, you can go away, you can cut that person off out of your life. But target individuals, we can't cut them off because they are there to stay and to cause havoc in your life, to cause you pain and agony and stuff. And I stood my ground today, tomorrow, and forever. I'm not gonna sell my soul. I I'm not gonna join no occult or secret society. I am not gonna be part of this messed up system you have set up. You know what I'm saying? And I want to live my life actually exclusively somewhere of middle of nowhere, you know, having no neighbors, living in, you know, off grid somewhere, you know, growing vegetables, fruits, trees, and having a few animals. That's my ideal. I don't want to even want to work for social work anymore. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people are a lost cause. Why do I have to, you know, spread myself so thin to help people when I'm in need? Nobody helped me. Nobody helped me ever. You know what I'm saying? For 9 years, I've been struggling. I'm suffering, and stuff. Nobody helped. Yeah, my family helped me, but sometimes I just feel like asking for help from my family because they don't believe me when I'm telling them this is what's happening to me. They said they think is spiritual. I've been attacked demonically, which is I am part of it. I am demonically attacked, but not everything. Like today, I've been attacked through energy weapon and radio wave, coughing, like I feel like pins going on my throat. It's exhausting. It's very exhausting, you know, and I want it to stop. I want this to stop. I don't want to be in this program anymore. And I want to leave Canada without having to look back. I don't want to come back to Canada anymore. I'm over it. I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going away. I want to go away by choice. You know what I'm saying? Not what these people told me a few times. Get the fuck out of Canada. We don't want you here anymore. You know, first of all, you can't kick me out. You can't ask me to leave Canada because it's a native land. Only native people can tell me to get the fuck out, okay? You cannot. I'm more Canadian than you are. Don't tell me like I'm fifth, eighth generation Canadian. No, you're not. You're not a Mohawk or any of those tribe of native Aboriginal or native people. Then you have nothing to say to me. I'm saying. But anyhow, I'm leaving by choice, and I really wish I don't have to come back for treatments or anything like that anymore. I wanted, you know, my friend Louisa, that, you know, last week, he told me, why don't you, because he knows I hate winter, he goes, why don't you move to Vancouver? It's very nice there and they don't get a lot of winter and it's very warm and whatever. And I know what, Canada is your homeland, you know, come back to Canada, live here and da da da. And, and I said to him, I'm sorry, Canada is not my homeland anymore. After I was mistreated and being harassed, being, yeah, I have a lot of things happen to me, and I should write a book about it. I've been raped by people that were sent to rape me. I don't know who sent them, but I was raped because they told me if I don't keep my mouth shut, and this is going to happen to me. I made a video on my channel on YouTube about my rape, and they told me they were sent to do it. Anyhow, I've been attacked, been violated many ways than one. A lot of violation on law were broken. A lot of laws were broken to cause me harm. And all of that because I don't want to sell. I don't want to sell my soul. That's it. I can't think of any other reason. They're not telling me anything. They're not telling me what other reason could be possible. I have no idea. I have no idea why. How could you hate someone this much, someone you don't even know? Because they're outspoken or they question the system, or and law students at every university question the law, the system. Why the focus on me? You know, I have no idea. But the only thing I could think of, because I said I don't want to sell my soul. That's it. That's the only thing I could think of. Nothing else I could think of could be, it started all of this hate. This is like tactical of war, and a hate is being directed toward me, but not just me, but so many of target individuals have gone through the same thing. Some have gone worse than me, some less than me, but I want this to stop. You know, if the government want to fix something, fix the homeless situation. Don't worry about one person. Don't spend all this money on one person. See, the money was spent on me being followed around, sending to people to harm me or do things. These people are getting paid. Everybody's getting paid. You know, even in communities like this, they will pay someone when these people go on a meeting talking about this person they're targeting. They'll have someone who will tell people, oh, that's so and so or so and so, to kind of paint this person in a bad light. You know what I'm saying? So in these neighborhoods would be someone is getting paid to do that. They pay them through gift cards. Some people are paid through some. If you have a criminal background, some of your criminal cases will be expelled or pardoned or forgiven. So a lot of things that the government offer to target someone who's outspoken. I did not kill anyone. I have no blood on my hands. They cannot say I killed anyone. I have not. Yes, I verbally insulted people. Yes, I did. When people get into altercation and people call each other name. When I was in Alberta, I called the wrong person names, and I did not know how wealthy this guy was, and I threatened, people who work for him. Yes, but that's verbal. I didn't. They end up sending me to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? They attacked me, broke my ribs. That's more than verbal abuse. That's a lot more. Physical abuse is like, and it's been nothing but then since the torment and manipulation and stuff. I've been harm, I've been doing a lot of self harm, and you know, honestly, if I like weed, I would have smoked more weed. You know what I mean? But I don't like weed anyhow. I want something stronger than weed. To make me forget, about my situation. You know, and it doesn't matter, people. You know, or it could be other thing I could think of, because I said I'm not gonna forgive him. It could be it. Could be because I said I'm not gonna forgive. That why I'm still being in this program. No, I'm not gonna forgive you. You know why? Because I killed my mother. So killing my mother, you're not gonna be forgiven for it. Anyhow, that's all I want to say. All right.